Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. I'm struggling a little. This is the second time I'm going live today, but the gremlins happen. Anyway, thanks for being here with me today. So today we're going to talk about breaking the cycle. So everyone has his or her own life cycle about how we react to things and how we attract more of those things into our lives, right? And I call it a life cycle because I'm not real sure. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm talking about because we live our lives a certain way and it cycles, right? Because we react a certain way, we attract more things, and it's just this ongoing cycle in our lives. And so this life cycle is nothing more than just your daily life situation, the circumstances and the experiences that you're having, right? And it's kind of an autopilot for the way that we live our lives. This is where one situation or event leads to another, and then you wake up again tomorrow and you run the next day to catch those events or other experiences of life, right? And so in life, you might find a situation where you feel that you've been doing everything right, but yet you're still failing to get the results that you're looking for. You might be struggling with problems ranging from ongoing financial troubles and debt to lack of successful relationships, lack of success in your business, or maybe even illness or sickness. And so, against this background, you need to take a look at your cycle to see what's missing and fight hard to break that cycle. It's important to keep in mind, though, that failure is not the opposite of success at all. It's not something to be avoided at all costs. Obviously, our goal isn't to fail, but that failure is only a temporary setback on a bigger, more significant course. Everybody goes through failure at one point or another, right? So what's important is how you react and how you learn from that setback. And so when this happens, it's important to know that there's a cycle of improvement too. I mean, if you can recognize the cycle, you can break away from it and you can start getting results. That's why it's really important to understand the life cycle, which is going on inside of you, right? It's actually created in our mind by the way we think and what we believe. And it can make you repeat the same cycle over and over again if you don't do something to change it. It is possible, and it has been proven that if you want to reinvent your life, you can. You seriously can. So instead of sticking to the same way of life or system of doing business or reacting to things, you can change in a meaningful way that will help you to grow and be more prosperous. So breaking a vicious life cycle is definitely not something you can just decide and just like that, just change it overnight, right? It's not going to happen overnight. It's a long process. It's part of our journey, right? And it requires persistence and courage and determination. And we just get better every day, right? So the first and foremost thing to do in order to break that cycle is to do some self-introspection. We talk a lot about that chatter in our mind, seriously, we have that chatter that goes on all day long in our minds. We all do. And you have to figure out what the default thoughts and reactions that are running through your head are. And this can be scary for some people, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, we're not looking to pass judgment. We're just looking to understand why we do the things we do. So this process involves hard work, and it involves searching deep within your heart to find out who you are, what you want, and what you want to achieve in life. You need to have an honest understanding of your personal behavior, your strengths, and the areas that you need to grow. And you also need to know how you typically perceive life, right? As well as an awareness of your emotional default in the circumstances that come your way. The more that you know about yourself, the easier it will be for you to get used to change. The easier it will be to break that cycle and work on your personal growth. And when you can figure out your weakness and why you do the things that you do or react the way you react, now you can get to work to improve on those habits and position yourself for more success. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and be totally self-aware by inviting feedback into your life. You have to be open, right? Because you're never going to gain the response that you really need without being open enough to ask for it or open enough to accept it when it's given to you. So you have to be open, and you have to be strong enough to say, yeah, I'm not perfect. What can I do better? Right? It's also important to pursue transformation in your heart, because this is what's going to happen when you confront those limiting beliefs that you might have built about yourself. Life transformation and change doesn't take place in it takes place in your fundamental belief system. It's all about your beliefs, and that's where you have to work on your transformation. And so when you're taking this deep look at yourself, remember that this is not judgment. We're not looking to determine if you're a good person or not, right? We're only looking to see why we are who we are. Much of our personality and our beliefs and the way we see ourselves comes from past events, some of them even from when we were a baby or a small child. Those things that happened way back then, they shape the paradigm of what you have about your self-worth, right? And your ability to project your best self to the world. And so maybe we can say that you're not responsible for who you are, at least at some level, right? Today, you're not responsible for who you are. But saying that, when you know better, you do better. So while you might not be responsible for who you are today, you are responsible for who you're going to grow into, right? Because when you know better, you do better. And making peace with an imperfect past is absolutely critically important to moving through the pain and the shame and into the healthy identity based on worthiness and validation. The journey to understand the life cycle begins when you start to check in on your daily life. You observe how you're reacting to things, and you're observing the feelings, that how you feel when you're in different situations and events in your life. And you have to be prepared to go through all the pain and the pleasures in life that are happening in the present moment. And taking a good look, kind of stepping back and saying, okay, why do I feel that way? Or how am I feeling? Why do I feel that way? And in whatever you're doing, you're either living in your past or you're creating your future, right? And you don't want to live in the past. You want to be creating your future. You want to live right now in the present. So let's say that you've been trying to achieve something for a long time and it hasn't been working. I'd say there's a pretty good indication that you need to try something different, right? Or you need to try it a different way. It doesn't mean that you're a failure, but it does show that you're strong enough to realize that when something is not working out, that you need to look for alternatives, something that will work better. So you can break the cycle by interrupting your normal reaction when things happen. All you need to do is be strong and have the courage and the determination. And it's basically just saying, stop, wait, don't react that way. So when you're getting ready, when something happens to you, you think about, wait, no, why am I reacting this way? I need to stop this. I need to do it different, right? So when you encounter a problem, your immediate decision should be not just to react, but instead investigate, plan, and think about new solutions. Or even if it's after the fact, you already reacted, so you can think about, how can I do it better next time? Right? So taking bold actions is the only solution that's gonna help you in your cycle of growth. You need to interrupt your normal way of reacting and change what you're doing. And like I said, there's numerous ways to interrupt that action. If one doesn't work, then try something else. But you need to change that behavior, which is what's led to previous failures. You need to change your belief system, right? As you're moving forward towards your success, there's going to be things that set you back. The adjustment to big changes, it's not a straightforward road. It's a bumpy road, right? It's up and down and up and down, right? We all deal with that every day. It's like a roller coaster. But it's never too late to start a new business, begin a new career, get that degree you've always wanted, or go after your dreams. It's never too late. Stop doing what you usually do. Stop living on autopilot. Get off the merry-go-round and get rid of the trash, right? Empty the trash. Decide what's best for you. Decide what's trash in your life and empty it. Get rid of it. Devise new and innovative ways to break new ground and create a new life and create new habits and strategies and work on that mindset. Create that new mindset, the one that's going to get you to where you want to be. It's a process. It's a growth, but you can do this. I know you can. That mindset, it makes all the difference. It's all about your beliefs and what you believe you're capable of. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. Do any of the thoughts that I mentioned today resonate with you? What kinds of things help you to remember that you are in control and that you can stop doing something that's holding you back and you can change your life cycle? Please get in the comments and share your thoughts with us. I would love to hear them. I would love to hear your stories. I had a couple of people live with me the first time I did this, but I can't tell now if there's somebody live. I hope that this is working. Anyway, if you're here, thank you for being here live. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. I appreciate you. So go out there and have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.